Hello and welcome to Clair Obscur Expedition 33. In this one we're going to outline how to defeat one of the most challenging bosses before you unlock the damage cap. We are in the Visages. I'll outline my build once I defeat the Chromatic Ramasseur. This guy effectively has unlimited attacks on you. So we're going to provide some suggestions on how to defeat him and then review the Pictos that he drops. To begin with, I do recommend you have to break him. So before we get into the builds or all that stuff at the end, just because it's actually is a hard fight and I'm not guaranteed to win, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you are building break damage on him, because we effectively need to stun him, because once he starts attacking he will not stop. So we'll outline this. So if you shoot him in the head, you can get some nice criticals. I am going for Mark, and then we're going to use for Say. Again, we haven't unlocked some of the other abilities now. Here we are going to go with CL. We're going to try to put some Focus Foretell on him to increase our damage. And then over here on Monaco, we're going to go with Stalag Punches, which you should automatically have. And that's because we're in the top under his health. You can see we're trying to build our break on him, so we are pretty darn close. Now here we're gonna try to time it. I'm actually my controller isn't working, but right now you can see that I've broken him, and this is great because we have kind of heavy here. Let me see, we're going to go Cultist Blood just because it can do more damage, and we're going to blast this guy a few times. Now with CL, we're going to go Sealed Fate. You're going to see kind of the build on her I built. So you can see here, I'm doing massive damage. And then over here, we're actually going to go with Spark to finish him off. So you can see that I didn't give him a chance to attack me. Now, if you can't output enough damage and break him, the one thing you're going to want to do is time your parry. So he is going to have kind of like an ultimate punch that's going to one-shot kill you. And you can see Ramasseur's foot. So we're going to take a look at that. We get augmented counter 2, 50% increased counterattack damage. So when this guy has his like kind of ending punch, it'll be like powerful attack or something like that. You're going to want to counter it or parry it, and then you can respond with massive damage in your counter attack. Otherwise, his kind of regular attacks you're going to want to just dodge because they're very hard. Now we're going to go over here, and Ramasseur's Bonk is actually an agile mask. Fills 20% of the target's break bar. Deals low single target dark damage, one hit can break. So this is kind of a good good to have in the bank. I'm going to replace Cultist Blood, but Ramasseur's Bonk Monaco, this is actually pretty good. Now if you look at, part of the reason I like this is I'm using the Bacharo, which is going to start me an agile mask and apply rush. So one of the nice things about this particular move is we can work on break damage. They're going to be these enemies like Ramasseur here that we just defeated, where you're going to want to build break. So let's go ahead. You're going to see kind of my build here. Stalag Punches, which you should automatically have, is what I'm rolling. I already reviewed the weapon. Let's take a look at the build here. You can see I have Confident Fighter, Teamwork, Auto Rush here, and then you guys can see what I have built out over here. Let me go over to CL. You can see Powered Attack, First Strike, Energizing Strike, her build right here. I'll wait a second so you can review it. You can see I have Focus Foretell, Sealed Fate, Delaying Slash, really kind of like Sealed Fate and Delaying Slash after you've place some Foretell on there. And then my L is a classic build before we unlock some of her better abilities here, given where we are in the game. But per se is kind of the quick one. A Swift Stride just to get you back in Virtuoso stance. Medellum, I feel like, is a requirement. It is just so much better than any of our other weapons. And then once you unlock the damage cap, there is no reason not to use Medellum. It's by and far the best weapon. You can obtain this from the Gestural Arena. And you can, I'm sure there are videos out there you can reference, or drop a comment and I'll explain more. And then as far as her build goes, you can see here really building on energizing stances. I do like in Medius, you can actually pick this one up in the Dark Shores. I have a video on that. You can check that out if you're interested. So that is how you beat this guy. Effectively, you need to break him and output a massive amount of damage. In the event that he does have the opportunity to respond, basically dodge his swinging attacks and then try to parry or counter whenever he has his main knockout punch attacks. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please drop a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in future videos. Shadowcoast out.